2104. And I'm Machine 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Orr on Nooga Radio AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
Yes, hey. Welcome to the first Nooga Radio Outdoors. This is the first show on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM Nooga Radio. This is Cindy. I'm so honored to be your host and outdoor activity, events, and adventure guide for our community. This is an absolute passion of mine, and I'm just really excited to be here and lay out the format of the show before we have a guest on here in a bit. I am going to want to hear you. The show is going to be about connecting people from the outdoors. So I am going to want to hear from you. And you can email me at NRO Cindy. That's like N for Nooga, R for radio, O for outdoors, NRO Cindy at gmail.com. Or as always, you can give me a call. Call me 423-661-4445. If you want to call into the show while we're live, that number is 423-800-8949. That number again, 423-800-8949. And again, if you're just tuning in, this is the first Nooga Radio Outdoor Show on 1240 AM and 92.7 FM Nooga Radio. What's a great place for Nooga Radio Outdoors. I am truly just so excited about the show. We have so much in store for you. Chattanooga is just such an outdoor city. The culture here, me being from Texas, it's what first endeared me and caused me to fall in love with Chattanooga. Not that Texas doesn't have wonderful outdoor activities, but Chattanooga is just such a hub for so much that's just right here in our backyard. And I just love that about it, and it keeps bringing me back. So, again, let me start out by laying the foundation and explaining the format. Then I do have a great guest coming up for the second half of the show. Kathleen McCarthy will be joining us. Kathleen is a very accomplished PGA professional. She actually became the first woman club professional in the state of Tennessee 30 years ago. She instructs at the highest levels of golf educational programs and has developed curriculum for all skill and age levels. I serve on the Chattanooga Junior Golf Development Program with Kathleen, and she is the founder and program director of the organization. And a quick plug, because outdoor activities, there's a healthy message here. We want to encourage people to get outdoors in the fresh air and be active for a healthier lifestyle. And something that complements that healthy lifestyle is Chicken Salad Chick 000, folks. The classic Carol chicken salad is 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and 0 gluten. I kid you not. So it's not health food. It's just really, really good food that's very healthy for you. So I encourage you to check out Chicken Salad Chick, chickensaladchickchattanooga.com. That's chickensaladchickchattanooga.com. They have a downtown and an East Brainerd location. Again, this show is to give everyone access to the activities, events, and adventures found in the great outdoors. The format of the show is rooted in my personal passion for helping people, my love of the outdoors, and my love of the Chattanooga area. This is helping people connect is a life theme for me. I actually have the Cindy's Choice show that airs on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM on Monday mornings at 11 a.m. But it's, of course, also shared on the website and through social media and so forth. You can find any of our shows anytime on YouTube, on our Facebook, and on TuneIn. That's an app that you can get and tune into our radio show. But that is the premise of my Cindy's Choice show and my Cindy's Choice concept that I've started in helping businesses connect. Well, I also want to help people connect to a healthier lifestyle. And we have an incredible backyard here, folks. And I know so many people do take advantage of it. Again, that is the culture that's created here in Chattanooga. Coming from metro cities like Houston and Dallas, it's instantly recognizable to me, the culture and the different vibe here. And I love the metro cities. I'm a business person and I thrive in the chaos. But Chattanooga, it just is such a breath of fresh air because it's big enough, it's a kind of a big small town. And again, that I love the common it's so much easier here to find people with common interests when your common interest is being active outdoors. I think most people have an innate desire to get outside, and it is so necessary, folks. It's so necessary for our physical, our mental, our emotional, and our spiritual health. I'm involved in a lot of things, a lot of activities. But to me, that the healthiest balance that I get the most benefit from, again, for me personally, is riding my bike. It's one thing I like about it. It's probably the most affordable activity that I do. I invest in a really nice bike, but after that is just it's just getting on it and go. So that's a huge factor in being active. Is you can invest. Oh my goodness, do our toys cost us money or what? I'm like I said, I'm involved in a lot of things. I know about investing in golf clubs. I know about investing in hang gliders. I've been into skiing, all kinds of things. And man, it's you're always wanting the newest, next, best performing thing. And our activities can get expensive, but that's something we'll help you with here. Things that are affordable, or how to make things more affordable. But bike riding to me is just the best. It is. It can be social, but it's my solo activity because it's my God time, and I love it in the heat of the summer because I create a breeze. I love that, and oh my gosh, with the riverfront here and how they've opened it up. From downtown, where you can even go down toward the St. Elmo area. I was one of the first ones down there on the new path last year to explore, and it's just awesome. And I can stay on a nice, safe, paved trail and, get like 25-mile ride in, never leaving that trail. Just starting downtown, heading down all the way down, I think it's about 8 miles down to the dam, and then 8 miles back. That's 16 miles right there. And then I go the other direction to St. Elmo and back. I forget the exact mileage, but I get a really nice, safe ride in. There's lots of stops. They have lots of park areas. And it's just a wonderful thing that we have access here to in the Chattanooga area. And it helps me physically. I'm getting some exercise. And there's studies, we'll talk about that more too, of how much more mental clarity you have after exercising. And again, it for spiritual health, it's my God time. God downloads so much to me when I'm out riding my bike by myself. But I have other activities I'm involved in because, I do want to be more social and connect with people outdoors. And that's that's what we're here for. That's what I'm wanting to do. Is that can really, really be a challenge. And Nooga Radio Outdoors wants to promote and encourage fundamental opportunities for change to how people live. There's most people, like I said, I think everyone has an innate, or almost everyone, I hate blanket statements, but I think almost everyone has an innate attraction to the outdoors, to being outside. I think we know that it's good for us. We know about vitamin D is necessary, which is important for our bone strength. But in our sedimentary lifestyles, being in your car or at a desk for multiple hours per day is so not good. And if that's your routine and, your off time is spent, taking care of personal business, it really is hard to find activities sometimes. You've got to be very intentional and, very on purpose about it. And again, most people do want to find activities to get involved in, but not just the time factor, getting started. It can be very intimidating to start something new or to join new groups. For me, not. I'm a starter. So it's if I need to connect with some kind of group or organization or something and I can't find one, I start one. But that's the exception to the rule. That is not the norm. Most people aren't, even if you're extroverted, it still can be kind of intimidating because if you're like me, I hate slowing people down. This is a big issue of mine. And I'm dealing with myself on that because that's a pride issue. But especially when it comes to golf, I'm always worried about, I'm always wanting to hurry up and let people play through. I hate holding people out. And of course it stresses me out and makes my golf that much worse too. So I'm eager to have people play through, but it's also like if I bike ride with a group, oh my, I don't want to be the slowest one. And people worry about those kind of things. They don't want to be the slowest one. There was a golf tournament we were going to be in a couple weeks ago and a friend of mine's like, oh, I don't want to be, I haven't played. I haven't done. I go, I know, I'm the same way. I haven't played. Let's just go have fun. Most of the time that I play golf, I don't even keep score. I just want to be outside and have fun and enjoy the activity and learn. And that's why one of the things I love about the sport of golf are, especially through networking for business or being in the best ball tournaments. So we get to compete, but there's no pressure. So my good shots can get used and be contributed to our score and helping the team, but my bad shots don't work against me. But again, you have to be very intentional about getting active. And that's what I'm here to help you do. I'm going to have lots of guests on that will help get you familiar and things in the community and help you figure out how to connect. This was very helpful for me when I was new to Houston, Texas, sort of a large city, a major metroplex. And I had my own commercial construction business there, and I was all about work. Construction business is very consuming, and I just had to get very intentional to some point where I just had to find some activities. And being a female in construction, it wasn't just about finding active things to do. It was a real challenge to try to find some women to do active things with. But the first thing I was able to do was connect with some other contractors and realtors and inspectors and people that we networked with and get a regular golf game going. And I was just really blessed to have a group of people that they would call me on Wednesday morning and they're like, Cindy, it's golf today, no matter what, just drop and go. And I remember very clearly after a year and a half of just putting everything into getting my business going, of being able to just drop everything and go take 4 hours and not think about work just made a huge difference in my life almost instantly. It was so necessary, and I still appreciate the friends that encouraged me to do that and got me plugged in to a weekly golf group. And then I went from there to create like a Facebook page for women that I knew, and I started posting events that we could possibly do together. And it was a large, pretty good sized group of women. And through that large group of women, I managed to find a couple of women that would go kayaking with me, would go mountain bike riding with me, go hiking with me. And that was huge. But that just goes to show, this is in Houston, Texas, a mega city, how hard it was how determined I have to be to build this group of so many people just to get 2 people so that I had someone, that I could go do some active things with for the health and the social benefits. It's so important when we have jobs that consume us, have families that we're focused on a lot. We need that time to do something for us. And of course, oh my gosh, what better family activity than outdoor healthy activities. Now, I also used my my gift of connecting. We'll call it that. Sounds good to me. When I moved here to Chattanooga, well, I first lived downtown. It was just so easy to go do things downtown. There's always people. You can go down there by yourself. There's always people. So you're not really by yourself. And I did spend a lot of time riding my bike on the riverfront because that was a solo activity since I wasn't really plugged in and didn't know people. Then I moved out to Ooltewah for a while, and downtown wasn't as convenient. But luckily, I'd gotten involved in the Chamber of Commerce and BNI, a Business Networking International group, and was starting to meet a lot of folks. And I had this idea so I could get more social active to start, create a walking group the way I'd created the group in Houston, but make it dedicated to walking. And since I am an entrepreneur, I thought of net walking, just like networking, but net walking. We can walk and we get a little work done fine. That's great. That's a better way to work, but it could also be somewhat social too. And there was a challenge there, though. It took some time for me to get that going because I found women that were active and liked to walk, but like the first lady I talked to, the very healthy person, someone that I really enjoy hanging out with, and thought, and I told her the idea, and she goes, "Oh, that's a great idea." But she was, because of her work hours, she was really just limited to walking in her neighborhood. So that didn't really work out because it'd be hard just to get everyone that could, build a group that could all come to her neighborhood. And then I found another active lady. She competes in triathlons and so forth like that. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this would be great. Here, let's do this with me. I want to start a group. And you see, I can't start it by myself because I'm not a walker. It's going to be hard for me. I have to find people that are already active. Because like I said, I'm going to lead. You can't start a group with one person. And so I talked to her, and she loved the idea and wanted to be involved, but she lived in Cleveland, and that was a little far even from Ooltewah. That's a little too far for us to really get a group going. So finally, I was asked to be on the board for the Ooltewah Chamber Council, and I met a sweet lady there who was already walking on a regular basis. She walked by herself. There's so many trails in the area. And I told her my idea, and she was so excited. And she said, let's do it. And I went home that evening, and I started the group. And we'll be talking about that group more, the net walking group, on here, and help people connect that way if that's something they're interested in, and expand the group from Ooltewah so that people can benefit from. It's so nice because you can go on the Facebook page, and someone, and mainly the one person that I'd asked to invite to start the group with me, will post things because she's going to be walking. So she can say, look, I'm walking here. Who can join me? But then there's some flexibility too, because you can chime in and say, oh, I can walk, but I can't make it till this time. So we'll change the time. And then everybody kind of chimes in, and we coordinate and get some great walking groups going. Be active in that group for a while. I moved back downtown, and it's harder for me to get back to Ooltewah and to the areas that they're walking. But I got to tell you, I love seeing so many people connect and get benefit and encouraged to get outside and get active. And there's just so many benefits to it. And it just gives me pure joy to see people benefiting from this connection. And that's what this radio show is for. It's to help people connect and, make it easier for them and for the ones that already want to, and encourage those that's not on their radar, but they know down deep inside that they need to get more active. I want to remind you that this is the new Nooga Radio Outdoors program, and I'm Cindy. I'm your host. We'll be airing Monday through Wednesday for a couple of weeks, and then we'll work up to 5 days here pretty quick. I've got some great lineup, and we'll build that lineup soon and get some great guests on here for you. And I've got a great guest coming up for the second half of the show. But I do just want to remind you, this is Nooga Radio, and you're listening on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM. And again, I'm just so honored to be your host and outdoor activity, events, and adventure guide for our community. Please email me with any upcoming outdoor events at nrocindy@gmail.com. That's NRO, like Nooga Radio Outdoors, nrocindy@gmail.com. Again, we live in an area that offers so much to explore outdoors. So many people are relocating here for the outdoor lifestyle. That's a lot what attracts them here. Did you know that Chattanooga was voted #1 outdoor city in Outside Magazine, I believe 2 years in a row. I know it was last year. I don't know if it's 2 years in a row, but I know it's been voted twice. And that's huge. That's big that it was, it's big enough that it was voted once, but that it was voted twice is a real big deal. It's just very apparent that we have so much to do here. And we have such a beautiful area to live in. And we're just really, really blessed to be in this beautiful valley with these great mountains to explore and the river and the lakes. And it's all good. A couple of, like I've touched on golf a little bit, which is one of my favorite activities. And we'll be talking about that more in the second half of the show. Hang gliding. I learned to hang glide here in Chattanooga. This area is what introduced me to hang gliding. And that's going to be fun, sharing more about that with you. And having some guests on that can talk to you about hang gliding and paragliding and all those cool activities. I got introduced to mountain biking when I was hang gliding, because you do a lot of hang waiting when you're hang gliding, because you're waiting for conditions to get good so that you can fly, and you need something to do while you're hanging out on the mountain. And that's what introduced me to mountain biking. And of course you can't, I'm living up there on the mountain hang gliding. It's very, very easy to get enticed by the trails and get into the hiking. And we'll be introducing you to lots of trails, easy, moderate, and more advanced trails. We'll break it down for everyone. The whitewater rafting, oh my goodness, that's one of my favorites. And it's so close by. There's just so much. We've got so many things we're going to introduce you to. I'm actually got a Chattanooga bucket list, and I'll be sharing that with you. So be sure and email me any outdoor competitions, any outdoor festivals or events. Email me at nrocindy@gmail.com. And again, the next half of the show, we have Kathleen McCarthy joining us, very accomplished PGA professional. We'll be talking about Chattanooga Junior Golf Development Program. Golf's the best. It's a lifetime sport. What a great way to get your kids active early with something they can do their whole lives. And I hope you'll stay tuned and join us for that. Again, welcome to the first Nooga Radio Outdoor Show. You're listening on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM Nooga Radio. This is Cindy, and I'm just so honored to be here. And I'm looking forward for the break to be over and us to continue this conversation.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
Hi, this is